Without any further ado, Kenny Kunene joins us, and he is the Deputy President of Patriotic Alliance. Kenny, thanks for your time. Welcome to 702. Do you feel relieved and absolved from everything else that you're accused of?
Thank you for having me, Mr. Mashao. Yes, indeed. I am very much happy that I've been vindicated. I always tell the truth. I don't try to spin things, and I'm happy that my truth has been confirmed by one of the top 5, if not top 3 law firms in Africa, CDH. Yes, indeed, I am.
Yeah, and it was found that your story checked out. But would you agree, Kenny, that your leader and president, Gayton McKenzie, had vindicated you even prior to the investigative report that was prepared by Cliff Decker-Hofmeyer?
Showing faith and confidence in me was not vindicating me. Necessarily, it was not influencing the outcome. He was saying, I believe what my brother is saying, I believe what my deputy president is saying, I know him, and I know that he would not be involved in any criminality. So he was putting his view forward despite doing the investigation. So there's nothing wrong with that. Unless you are saying to me that Gayton McKenzie vindicated me, knowing that he's going to bribe CDH which will be an insult to such a big company. So he put his views forward, and the Patriotic Alliance put the same view forward.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. It's not the question that I asked, and I wouldn't want to put a cloud above CDH. But also, speaking of CDH, their scope of work. This is what they looked at to come to their outcomes that they have put in your favor here. Their scope of work included they had to conduct interviews with all persons of interest. And they had to gather evidence that rose from those interviews with those persons of interest and testing the veracity of that. So generally, what they did was to speak to a few people who were involved in this story. That would be yourself. That would have to be the journalist in question. And I would assume that the controversial figure that you would have visited, including some members of your party as well. Is that more or less right?
Yes, that's more or less right. These are the people that were there. And remember, I was not part really of the terms of reference.
Yeah.
But that was the investigation.
Yeah, and
I think that they could have, if needs be, they could have then recommended to the party that based on these investigations, we have now found that there's a need for us to investigate further 1, 2, 3. Can you extend the terms of reference? And that would have, I think, happened. The fact that they were satisfied with the interviews that they conducted, with the investigation that they did, I think it's suffice to say that they were happy with the work that they've done.
Yeah.
There were 3 people that were interviewing us. One is a director, one is a forensic investigator, and another one is a lawyer who also deals with dispute resolutions and investigations. So it was not a low-level team. It was a high-profile team that was doing the work.
Would you concede that the interviewees in this investigation, all of them are linked to you one way or the other?
Yes. What is the problem with that?
No. And linked to. Allow me to finish this. Yeah, allow me to finish this. That's okay. I'll take the line of question. You can pose that in a second. But I'm just saying, one, we are looking at the journalist, right? Who does not have any qualifications of journalism, who does not have an experience of journalism at all, except for the 2 months, if my research has got anything to do with it, or even if we were to give him 5 months and be generous and say he's been in the space for 5 months. And also he happens to be your nephew, again, if what we read is quite correct. So they had to speak to this person, right? And this person would definitely be close to you because by virtue of hierarchy, one, they'd be reporting to you. Two, you would have been exposing them to opportunities, financial and career-wise, and otherwise you would be above them. And three, they are related to you. So their information would never contradict yours in any other way. There's no incentive for that. Is it something that you would think is fair for me to express?
Let me make one example here.
Yeah.
Before I think I need to lecture you on investigations. When we started with Weekly Expose and our previous one, Africa News 24, in 2016, 2017, the guy that became the journalist and was loading stories was the editor-in-chief's nephew, who had no experience in journalism. Sello Teletsane. You can go look at the stories that we've been running. Sello Teletsane has been working with us. He trained him. He made him understand journalism. Sello Teletsane went to some of the press conferences. So it's not something new that we would have people. We want, yes, indeed, journalists that are credible, that are loyal, that we can trust, because some time ago we employed people, and one of the journalists that we employed, a woman, was actually feeding Gwede Mantashe sensitive information about the investigative work that they were doing, and we had to fire her. So we have learned that because we deal with exclusive stories that are very sensitive, we need to train people that we can have full trust on. That's the first one. The nature of investigations, especially this particular one, where some of the people were trained in the USA to do dispute resolutions, forensic investigations, it doesn't matter whether the person is related to you or not, even in a court of law. The interrogation, if there are lies, will pick it up. The interrogation, if there's anything that is being concocted, it will pick it up. So your question has some insinuations that, which I, and I'm saying again, undermine the integrity and the quality of work of CDH.
Yeah, Kenny, you see exactly my point. You are uncomfortable with my questions, and any credible journalist who's asking questions should not be presenting questions that are favorable to you. And that is exactly my point with the journalists that you took. They do not have experience. They are not backed by academic work, which is okay with me if that's the case. But they are so junior that such a big story would have overwhelmed them nonetheless. Given my experience, my humble experience in the journal, it would have humbled them nonetheless. But the point that I was making is that the people who've been interviewed have favorable proximity to you. And I do not see any reasonable outcome for them to want to in any way portray you in a bad light. Even if anything existed, I'm saying the circle that was interviewed, it is so minuscule as far as numbers are concerned, but they are all in your circle, benefiting one way or the other through your proximity, and they do not have any incentive of saying otherwise other than corroborating your story. Is that far-fetched for me to think like that?
Thabo.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it again. I said it earlier on, and I'm saying it again, that the nature of investigations will depict if there's any lies.
Not always, Kenny.
Any concoction.
But
but
not always. Not always.
But I'm saying to you, the character of the people that were interviewing us. I was interviewed for between 2 hours and 3 hours.
Yeah.
The character of the people that were interviewing us, and I can tell you because I've gone through investigations in my past life.
Yes.
It's very experienced people.
Yeah.
So you, the media, were asking who is the journalist? Who is this? Who is this? Now that an investigation has been done, now you are questioning the proximity of people to me. What do you want?
So we shouldn't do that. So we shouldn't do that.
These are the people that must be asked.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Anybody else?
In your background, you'd know the character of the witness matters. I think you would know that, having been interrogated, as you said.
Listen to my point.
The character of the witness would matter.
Who did you want to be interviewed?
No,
who would
they are okay.
On this thing there?
Yes, they
who would
are
speak
okay.
There on this matter.
I
so
agree.
What is the problem? Why would you question that?
It's not. The character has to be questioned nonetheless. If for whatever reason my uncle was in trouble and I was a key witness in that, clearly there would be suspicion of bias, which is very blatant, Kenny. What is the problem with that?
Thabo, your question is
sure. Let's move on to the next one.
No. Let me clarify this one last time.
Yeah.
Thabo, I am at a person's house.
Yeah.
The people who know why I'm there is these people. Who do you want interviewed?
But
who else can
you are
interviewed?
Contesting something that I'm not contesting. You are creating an argument that you are concocting an argument on the side that I didn't create. No.
You are questioning the character of people.
Yes.
They have proximity to me. Yes, they were with me there.
Yes.
Who else must be interviewed?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. I am saying the element of bias should be up for scrutiny, given that these people benefit from you one way or the other. Is that far-fetched?
Do you think CDH has no capacity to test the element of bias?
I'm not talking about CBH. I'm talking about
but CDH did the interview.
I agree with that.
They did the investigation.
Yes.
So I'm asking you, do you think they have no capacity to test bias?
I don't know. I've never worked with CDH, so I wouldn't know that.
I'm telling you, they have the capacity to test bias.
Okay.
We've
got it from
That's
you.
That's why even in their report, they included that the journalist is a nephew of mine, because we were telling the truth.
Because there was no way of hiding it, right?
No. We, if I did not want them to know, I would have said, no, this is not my nephew. But because I tell the truth in whatever I do, so that nothing comes back to me.
So
we told them the truth.
Sure.
And I'm telling you now that you don't know. CDH, Cliff Decker Hofmeyer, has the capacity to test the element of bias.
Okay, let's move on to the next question, Kenny. Now that you have been cleared, your party says that you need to go back to your job as soon as possible. Have you been in touch with the mayor or the ANC nationally, regionally, or otherwise to ascertain when you're going back to your work as MMC of Transport in the city of Johannesburg?
I have not been in touch with the mayor. However, when we negotiate coalitions, after elections, and when the parties see that there's a need for coalition partners, the PA would then meet with the ANC national delegation. And once the basis has been set, then the national will then say, now you can go and talk to these people, and they will liaise with their people to liaise with the PA. The PA will then sit down with the regional delegation and the provincial delegation and discuss the details. So we do not negotiate with the mayor, we negotiate with the ANC.
Got you. So having said that, you have already fired a salvo, or your party, to be fair to you. Your party has said that if you are not appointed back to the previous position as MMC, the PA is going to pull out of all the coalition agreements in local government. Is that accurate?
Yes. So you see, let me just give background to why that statement was made. This happened. I resigned in July. The mayor has refused to appoint a candidate of the Patriotic Alliance, which is Liam Jacobs. Instead, the mayor decided to act as an MMC in the Department of Transport, which is unheard of. It is like the president of the country acting as the minister. It is like the premier acting as an MEC. This has never been done. It is unheard of. So the mayor has been acting in the position of an MMC, a position that he has appointed. He has appointed himself. And he has refused to appoint. So the PA has been patient. The PA has engaged the regional office bearers of the ANC in Johannesburg. The mayor has defied them. And the regional ROB has taken it to the province. And the PA has met with the provincial task team head and the chairperson of the ANC in the province and the premier and their delegation. And the mayor has also defied them because they did give an instruction that the mayor must appoint a PA. Yeah. The mayor insists on appointing an EFF MMC to transport. Now, we understand that it has been taken to the Secretary General, and that is a few weeks ago. So the mayor is also defying the Secretary General, because the Secretary General said in the Mail and Guardian the PA must be appointed at transport. So the mayor has also defied the Secretary General. So Dada Morero is a law unto himself in the ANC, despite the ANC leadership saying the PA
So he doesn't want to appoint you.
So he doesn't want to appoint the Patriotic Alliance candidate. Whether it's me, whether it's Liam, he doesn't want to appoint. He wants to appoint the EFF, and we have not negotiated with Dada. We have negotiated with the ANC. That is why we are saying the ANC has failed to take action against its own mayor, its own regional chairperson, who has defied even the Secretary General. So Dada is the ANC. So we are now divorcing ourselves because we never negotiated with Dada, we negotiated with the ANC. So if the Dada can tell the ANC where to get off, we will not be part of those coalitions, all of them.
Okay. Does it mean that you will also pull out of the GNU?
You are trying your luck, Brother.
No, I'm asking a question, my brother.
President Gaten McKenzie said is what goes. Go and listen to the clip.
No, I have. I am asking, Kenny, I'm talking to you now. You are here with me, my brother. I'd like to hear you are the deputy president, the second highest in the PA.
Thabo, President Gaten McKenzie has given a directive. That's the directive that we must follow.
No, I agree. I'm saying it. Does that include the GNU for clarity's sake? Because
whatever the president said, whatever the president of the Patriotic Alliance said is the line of march.
I agree, because he mentioned local government. So I'm asking something that he didn't say for clarity.
Said, Thabo, whatever the president said is the line of march.
Except the GNU. He didn't mention anything.
Whatever the president said is the line of march.
Lastly, Kenny, before I say goodbye to you, you still maintain that you do not have any links with Mr. Molefe whatsoever.
Yes, no links, no relationship. We have never spoken on the phone. First time I went to his house, I still maintain 100%, 1,000%.
And there were no previous engagements with him. And on that particular day, you just happened to go to his house for the very, very first time.
Are you doubting CDH's report by now asking me the same questions that were asked?
My job is to ask questions. Remember, even if the president issues reports, we would question those reports. Can you know this? I've interviewed you many times before. I think you are but I'm just saying that I have to ask those questions. You know this. Okay, you're a senior person in the space. Yeah.
I have absolutely. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If I had a relationship with Mr. Molefe, whether a friend, whether we have spoken before, whether I've been to his house before, I would have said it. Because I tell the truth. Because there's nothing wrong knowing a person. Just because the person is charged, he has not been convicted. The person is not a fugitive. There's nothing wrong with knowing the person. But I'm putting the facts on the table the same way I did to the cops when they asked me, what is your relationship with this man? I said, there's no relationship. They said, do you have his number? I said, I don't. Take it, punch it in my phone and prove for yourselves. How did you get here? This person that you see standing there, this is the person that sent me the address. Let's see. I showed them. Here's the person, here's the number. Is the person that sent me the address to come here. The cops were satisfied.
And so you were seeing him for the first time and speaking to him for the first time?
I was not seeing him for the first time. I've said it many times on television.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you're going to come to my house on a particular day at a specific time, you would have called me, even if you were referred to my friend, because I would assume for security. Yes. So, but
what you're saying it does not make sense at all. I don't want to use strong terms. How many houses do you go to with a person?
Yeah.
Do you call the owner of the house?
But if I'm meeting the owner and I am taking someone to see the owner, I would have called
But
to
I
say,
don't have his
Kenny,
number.
I'm bringing Jabu to your house. Are you available? I find it
person-
strange that you
I'm
would
saying
see
to-
him for the very first time at his doorstep.
I was not seeing him for the very first time as a person. I have said it. I saw him at a birthday party of an old lady, but I have not had personal interactions with him.
So you spoke to him for the very first time at his doorstep?
The same person that facilitated for us to go do the interview is the person.
Who's that person?
No. The person does not want to be known.
But you said you're telling the truth, Kenny, again.
We are respect. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, but who's that person?
The person does not want to be known. There's Poppy Act. A person must agree to their name being used. That is why CDH also interviewed the person. They know, here's the person. This person is alive. We are sitting with this person.
But now we're dealing with a fictitious character who doesn't have a name, who doesn't have... we don't even know that there could be a person of the sort.
The cops know that the person was there. CDH saw the person. He came to the offices. They interviewed the person.
So if you could speak to CDH and the cops, why can't... Oh, do I also know the person?
Even you as a journalist.
Yeah.
You would write that this person does not want to be revealed.
Because it would be a source. Yeah, it would be a source of information.
Exactly. Even here is a source that facilitated a meeting who does not want to be known that he facilitated a meeting. No problem with that.
Yeah, but my rules as far as press code is concerned and yours would be different, right, Kenny?
Absolutely no problem.
Okay, but so you're not willing to divulge who the name of the person is?
I am willing, but the person is not willing. And I respect that.
Kenny, so when are we going to, what's the deadline that you've given the ANC? You said 7 working days?
Yes, the president has given 7 days.
So by Monday, we'll know whether you are pulling out of all ANC coalitions or not?
Yes. Remembering that there's a process that is unfolding now of me going back to council.
Yeah.
The IEC process.
Yes.
So we are hoping that the IEC process will be finalized by Friday or tomorrow, if possible, and then the judge must then be informed that he must then appoint. He must then come and swear me in, because the council one to be a councillor, I just get sworn in by the speaker. It's an easy one.
Okay, Kenny, thanks for chatting to us. Really appreciate it. Kenny Kunene is the deputy leader of Patriotic Alliance.